Good morning, guys. Welcome to the video. Today we're going to look at chakras. Some traditions say there are as many as 114 chakras in our bodies. And there are a lot of little mini chakras, but it's way over my intelligence grade. And for right now, some traditions go with 5 main chakras. Most Reiki or energy work or practitioners that work with chakras recognize what they call the 7 main chakras, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. It's your root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart center, throat chakra, and crown chakra. Chakra, the word chakra means wheel or disc, and chakras are like these spinning discs. The 7 main ones are aligned from the top of your head down to your root chakra, straight down your spine. And that's where we're going to start today with your root chakra. Like I said, it's located at the base of your spine. The color for it is red. And every chakra has a color, like a physical healing property. And if they're blocked, they have specific diseases and ailments that come along with that chakra being blocked. So the root chakra's color is red. That'll be the red disc at the very bottom of you when you're sitting down. It'll kind of be like past your number 2 spot. It grounds you to Mother Earth. That's your grounding chakra. It's very earth energy based. And it deals with your physical identity, your stability, and of course your grounding, as I said. Now the negative things that can come when your root chakra is stopped or blocked completely or even just partially. You could have any or all of these, and I pretty much about got them all. I'm going to check them off as I go, all the ones I got. Arthritis comes from a slowed or blocked root chakra. I have been diagnosed with 2 different forms, rheumatoid and osteo. I have arthritis in every little spot of my spine, the doctor said, and my knees and my hips. I have a bone disease anyway, where my bones are disintegrating. They're not getting the nutrients they need, and they're just crumbling. Um, so with my root chakra block, I have a lot more pain. It's getting a lot better since I've been working on my chakras. A slowed or blocked root chakra can also cause constipation, bladder and colon problems, and diseases and malfunctioning, and insecurities. You're feeling safe, feeling protected. All that is contained within your root chakra. Next up, right above your pelvic bone, is your sacral chakra. It's just below your belly button and above your pelvic bone, like I said. Its color is orange. Now, this is your sexuality, your pleasure center, and your creativity. All comes from this chakra. The negative effects of this chakra are urinary tract infections, kidney problems, check, check. Lower back pain, check. Impotency, I'm good there. And self worth, check. And the self worth part is getting a lot better since I have been working with my Sky Crew. The next one up is your solar plexus. This is your upper abdomen, or like the muscles that you feel in your stomach when you work out. The color for that is yellow. It controls your self esteem, your confidence. The negative effects could be ulcers, heartburn, internal bleeding, eating disorders, and indigestion. Now, years ago, I had ulcers, heartburn, and indigestion, but all that's cleared up for me. So I think my solar plexus is pretty good. This chakra deals with your personal power, your self esteem, and your self confidence. Your solar plexus is a really important chakra. Next one up, and in the awakening or the ascension movement, whatever wagon you're on, the heart chakra is really very, very important because you want to open that heart center up. That's where the love comes from, the forgiveness, the shadow work that we do. Um, that's where Source or Creator, Father, Mother, God resides in us, Jesus. Um, the color, and I find this really weird, but the color for the heart chakra is green. And that's located, of course, right in the center of your chest. And it rules over love and compassion and agape love. The word agape is Greek for unconditional. So when you hear people talk about Christ centered love or agape love, they're talking about unconditional love, no matter what. Love you anyway. You could have just stabbed me, but I love you and I'll pray for you and I'll forgive you. So, like, the bad problems with the heart chakra are heart problems, of course, asthma, breathing issues, weight issues, overweight and underweight. And, when your heart chakra is blocked or even just slowed down, you'll feel lonely, insecure, isolated. This is what ascension is all about, is this chakra right here. But if you only have this chakra open and not the rest of them, if they're not spinning, if those wheels or discs in that line, they're stacked on top of each other going up and down your spine, if they're not all spinning, if one of them slowed down, the rest of them have to work really hard to make up for that. Because it's like a motor almost. Like it's kind of like pistons or rods or whatever in a motor, going up and down the head in the head, it's going up and down and up and down. And that's on a smooth, like a smooth path. Nothing should impede it. When stuff starts impeding it or you don't have enough oil, then you're gonna throw a rod or blow a head gasket. So it's just very important. Next, we have the throat chakra. The throat chakra is also very important. The color for that is blue. The throat chakra controls your communication, your voice, your throat, your teeth, and your gums. It's all, you know, it covers all of that. It controls all of it within your body and how you heal. The negative for the throat chakra is that sometimes you will dominate conversations. See, I think my throat chakra must be blocked because sometimes a lot of it's channeling too, but when I start talking, or especially if I've done any medical, what we call thistle in the spirit boxes, um, I'll talk like I just drank 15 espressos or something because it makes me feel better. I don't normally talk that much, but people that know me on here wouldn't believe that, but it's the God's honest truth. You talk a lot, you gossip. Now, I don't gossip, but you talk without thinking. Um, like me, I don't have a filter. If you're standing there lying to me and you're standing there looking at me lying to me, it's like I know you're lying. Pretty much 10 out of 10 times. I pretty much, after over a half a century, can spot that right off. Especially if it's, like you're trying to bullshit me or something. So, you'll blurt out some things. You'll hurt some people's feelings, but you know what? Truth hurts people's feelings. And I would rather hurt somebody's feelings than to give them bad advice or untrue advice and then make some kind of life decision based on something I said or done and it be disastrous. I don't want that kind of karma. Even if I didn't have the love in my heart center and forgiveness that I have now that I didn't have years ago. And according to my sky crew and even the negative beings on my spirit boxes, I'm empty and dark and black, and really got to do a lot of this shadow work and a lot of soul work. And that's one of the reasons for more of these videos, because I have dove into it head first. Um, and then the last one is the opposite of that. You can, get really, really depressed, and our minds are our own worst enemies. But the last one is not speaking your mind. You can become just as clogged up by not speaking truth, by not telling somebody something they need to know. If you see somebody getting out of their lane, if they're really your friend, you don't have to go at them like a raging bull. But with love and compassion, you should point it out to them. Call them out, whatever you want to call it. I call it like an accountability partner. That's what the Arcturians have agreed to be for me, is an accountability partner. Every time I do a spirit session, they're like, "You're high. You're high. Are you high?" And I'm like, "No." And the other day, I did several meditations in one day, and I did get into with the difference of spirit and then like our mind, but going in the actual spirit, and I astral project anyway. So it was an astral projection that the Arcturians did, and they took us in the 5th, 6th, and 7th density levels. And I tell you what, the hair on my arms was standing up. I could feel the energy flowing through me when it was over. I have never made it through even a. Now, I do my 10-minute morning meditation without falling asleep, because I'm sitting up, I'm awake, I just woke up. But at night, if I try to do any kind of like deep relaxation or anything, some of them, the point of it is to go to sleep. But I can't even make it like 10 minutes. I mean, by the time we make it down my body, just going deeper, 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 I'm out. But this Arcturian one, I didn't sleep for 2 nights. I did not do any dope. I didn't even smoke. That morning, I got up and we smoked some thistle. We smoked like a joint. And the rest of the day, I didn't smoke any because I didn't need it. I didn't have any pain because the energy was like realigning me and opening. My chakras were spinning. I love them. Now, my root chakra's still pretty slowed down, and probably my throat too. But, and a little bit of my sacral, because I have a broken back. So, of course, I have back pain. But, they were spinning. My whole body was humming. I could feel my skin vibrating. That is no lie. I could feel my skin vibrating. It was awesome. And it was like being on an adrenaline high for 2 days. Um, my like head was crawling and stuff. I was like, oh my god. So if I could just achieve that once a week, that would carry me all week. But people that have been doing this for years and meditating and manifesting and doing ascension work, they're reaching out every day. And I've meditated for years, but I have never had that experience. It was amazing. It was amazing. So let me get back to this. The video's already getting long. I'm sorry, y'all. So next we have your third eye. Now your third eye is your mind's eye. Doesn't mean a big eye is going to grow on your forehead, although back in Neanderthal days we might have had one. It's right between your eyes on your forehead. Goes like eyebrow to eyebrow, right there in the middle. If you got a unibrow, it'll be right in the middle of it. The color for that is indigo. Now, if your third eye is not open, which is controlled by your pineal gland, which is in your brain, it's a real thing. Ask your neurologist. It calcifies. You can activate it. This is where you get your visualization, This is where your out of body experiences, all that kind of stuff comes in. Because and this is your spiritual eye. This is where you see demons and things. Now you can see them here in the real physical too, but you can see their true form with your third eye. So the negative that comes along with your third eye is headaches. You have problems concentrating. You have bad hearing. Ding, check, check, check. I got bad hearing. You could be somewhat of a know-it-all. Check, check. I'm gonna have to call myself out on my own bullshit because sometimes I do get really excited. My intent is not to come off like I know it all, but I get really excited, and I'm an Aries, and I come off kind of rough anyway, because of I've had a rough life. When I had that rod put in my neck, when my neck was broken, they had to move my voice box. That's what happened to my voice. So I sound hostile even when I'm not trying to be. Um, I'm just a little rough around the edges, and I'm really working on that, y'all. And you have listening issues. Talk a lot and not a good listener. Now I know that I talk a lot, but I do try to listen. If anybody ever wants to talk, I promise you I will listen for as long as you want to talk. So last but not least is your crown chakra. Now when you're meditating and you're connecting to source or you're grounding the mother guy or whatever, that energy from source, what they teach is what the Arcturians has taught me is to imagine a pillar of light around myself. It's actually coming right out of the top of my skull, going straight up to Creator God, to Father God, Father Mother God, because everything is masculine and feminine within itself. We weren't meant to be separated. The masculine and feminine was meant to coexist. That's the yin and the yang, the positive, negative, balance of everything within, one soul. And we both have that divine masculine and divine feminine within us. Because when we go back to being a light being or we pass on and we're a spirit, we don't have a body and we don't have gender. So if you're worried about is your ex-husband going to be who you're married to when you die, or your new husband, which one are you going to be married to when you die and go to the other side? Neither one. Because sex is experienced telepathically. It's not a physical action anymore. Sex that we have been so lucky to experience as humans, because a lot of these ET races didn't get to experience it like we did, because they never come down to the low level that humans was at in the third density, which is a very heavy, restricting, fearful energy. Not to mention, our government and everybody else adding all the lies to it to make us fear. But you imagine this pillar of light enveloping your body, about a 6-foot column all the way around you, and it goes straight to the throne and runs straight down your spine through all of your chakras, the light from Father God. And you got these tiny little chakras on the bottom of your feet, which I didn't cover in this video, but I guess I am now. They're like almost like little eyes opening. It's like weird. It's some alien stuff when you see them open. Or like little camera lenses. You know how the little shutter opens and closes on a camera? Kind of like that. They open up, that energy goes out the bottom of your feet, down into the ground, just like roots, like tree roots, because this is what grounds you to Gaia. Gaia has a heartbeat. We all have a frequency. We resonate standing up at 7.5 hertz. Now, if you're sitting down in a meditative state, you can lower that to 4 to 6 hertz. But you don't want to do that. You want to raise it. It's about raising your vibration. Because when the earth ascends to the 5th dimension, if you're not vibrating high enough, you're going to be stuck in the 3rd dimension. And it's going to really suck. The earth has a crystalline core. And it's called, and it puts off its own frequency. And it's called the Earth's heartbeat. And the Earth, Gaia, she resonates at 7.83 hertz, which the Schumann resonance and all the frequencies in space, it's musical tones, chords, notes, vibrations. The Earth's heartbeat is a flat B2. Now, I don't know anything about music. I read that straight off of the website. Flat B2. Now, I don't know if that's a note or a chord. If you know anything about music and you're writing music, you go to hit it on a piano, it's a flat B2. That's all I know. So, the crown chakra, the color for it is violet and white sometimes. Sometimes Creator God will send white energy or violet energy. Archangel Michael brings gold. Raphael brings blue. You know, different energy. I mean, different colors heal different parts of your body and different energies. The crown chakra is in charge of your awareness, your intelligence, your central nervous system, your brain waves, and all enlightenment. Well, so that's pretty much your 7 basic chakras, like an overview of them. Just think of them like colored disc or plates, like a disc in there, and they spin, and they all spin in unison, and energy flows through them. And the better your flow, the better you will feel. And I started doing Tai Chi about a week ago. Only about a week ago. Like 2 weeks ago, I felt like I had COVID again, except for I didn't have like the fever or the headache. But I stayed in bed for like 4 days. I was exhausted. Every cell in my body hurt and was just wore out. It's all I could do to. I would wake up in the morning, after sleeping 12 hours, and it was all I could do to get up and go to the bathroom and come back to the bed and just lay out. I mean, I didn't do no videos. I didn't sign on. I didn't do nothing. I was exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally. Well, about the fourth day, I'm laying there in the bed, and, I'm like, my um ETs that I talk to, they're telling me, oh my God, you're empty. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna do this, do that. And like that fourth day, I said to myself, you don't have a fever. You don't appear to be like in immediate danger of dying. You need to get up off your ass. But every time I would try, I was just like defeated. I mean, I was exhausted. But that next morning, I didn't feel good. I went back there in my daughter-in-law's room and bummed a rolling paper, and I rolled up a thistle stick and I smoked it, and I sat there for a minute. This is the day I was telling you about that I started humming. My skin started humming. I sat there for a minute and I told my daughter-in-law, I said, you know what? I'm gonna start that Tai Chi today if it kills me. Because Tai Chi is not about moving fast. It's not about high kicks or cardio. It's slow, gentle movements. It's a martial art, but the movements are slow. A lot of seniors and people with real bad arthritis like me, um, they have a whole program, a whole Tai Chi program for that, because you can sit in a chair and do it and still benefit from it just because it moves your joints. It keeps your joints moving. And I can tell you, as an arthritis affected person, that it really is true that the more you move, the less you hurt. So laying in the bed for 4 days was just making it worse for me because the pain was getting worse. My back, was killing me. My hips were all in a bind, and all, because I had done laid around as I was about to go to atrophy or whatever you call it. I mean, I'm telling you, my muscles was tight. I just was exhausted. Well, I got a video off of YouTube. This lady, I can't even tell you her name right now, but if anybody wants the link, I'll be happy to give it to you. Uh, Morning Tai Chi workout, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's like day one. You're supposed to do that module one for like a week. Okay, guys, I had to cut this video in half because it was too long. So it's over now. Stay tuned for part two.
No, I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase